This 2020 player outlook, we're going to be talking about Ryquell Armstead, running back, Jacksonville Jaguars. And as always, if you enjoy everything we got going on over here on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit that notification icon so you can stay up to date. Every time we go live, Monday through Thursdays, every time we drop a player outlook, kind of like what you're watching, and anything else we put out.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
With the news of Leonard Fournette being cut, outright cut by the Jaguars, that's leaving fantasy owners time to scramble to figure out what's next. Is it the Chris Thompson show, the Ryquell Armstead show, maybe a little James Robinson action, maybe they bring in somebody, there's guys out on the free agent market, Von Freeman, things like that. Our team is definitely interested in Armstead. Even prior to this news, Armstead was the handcuff in most people's eyes. Now, obviously, Chris Thompson was brought in, but we know Chris Thompson's hurt more often than not, and he's just a receiving threat. So he fills the need that Armstead fills on the Fournette side. You know, even going back to Armstead's time at Temple, he wasn't a receiver. He had, 20, 30 catches all throughout college. Even when he was lined up in the slot or out wide, he wasn't being targeted in the progression. The quarterback wasn't even looking his way. And we've seen that in the pros. He had 14 for 24, I think, last year. And then he had a couple hundred yards rushing, about 3.1 yards per carry. Not overly sexy numbers by any stretch of the imagination. But with Fournette gone, and in 2019, Fournette was on the field all the time. Armstead did not get a ton of action. With Fournette gone, though, this could be the opportunity for him because the things that Armstead excels at really fit with what Jacksonville needs. He's very explosive when he gets a ball in his hands, especially off the initial cut. He's very explosive. The issue that you're going to run into with Armstead that may get him from being on the field for more than just the first two downs is the fact his pass protection. Never been the strongest point of his game. Very similar to his receiving acumen. It's not great. Definitely something, and these are things that can be worked on. I mean, he's got the things you can't teach. He's got the speed. He's got the explosiveness. He's got good size to fit the Fournette type role in this offense. Obviously, he's not as big as Fournette, but he's a tough kid. He definitely is willing to take on tacklers and shed them, and he's physical, a physical runner. We definitely are excited about him. We definitely think, with Fournette gone, Armstead could take the lead back role and really get a lot of that early down action and be a effective runner in fantasy. That being said, you have to be careful. So make sure in the comments below you let us know, is Armstead the guy you're targeting? Is it Chris Thompson? Is it Robinson, Ozebo? They still got Divine Ozebo, who was a thing for a while, especially in college. These are questions that we have to answer, and you have to be careful about, especially, in this sense, we're talking more redraft. You can get him later, and some of the redrafts have already happened. The season hasn't started yet, so some more are still to come. If you're looking at it from a dynasty perspective, he's already on rosters, and you're definitely not going to get him cheap now. He's definitely a guy that is going to cost you more because people are going to kind of see him as the next man up because he's got the most hype about him. He's drafted. Thompson would have been the guy that people would have been excited about more. Injuries have really butt-hooked him in his career. He's a very talented guy when he's healthy and on the field, but he fits a different role. He's more of a pass catcher. Armstead's more of just the runner of the two. So we're excited. We're excited about Armstead and the opportunity that Jacksonville's going to give. Much like Minshew and some of these other guys, Jacksonville's going young. They're going with very young players on a lot of key positions, and I don't know how well it's going to bode for them, but it gives you an opportunity to see what these guys can do, and that could be good for your fantasy team. So let us know in the comments below. Is Armstead a guy you're jumping on? Is he somebody that you've got shares of and that you're excited about? If you've sold him, what are you selling him for? I've not seen many Armstead trades post Fournette being cut, obviously because it just happened here recently. But before that, it was more you were trading him to get the handcuff. You wanted to make sure if Fournette got down, you had the guy that everybody assumed was going to fill that role. So again, keep the conversation going. Find us on Discord, find us on Twitter, find us on Facebook, at RotoHeat. Everywhere you're at, you can find us. Let's talk about Armstead. Ask your questions, hit the DMs. Feel free to reach out to us and let us help you. Help us help you.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to do it.